Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Semoskiy Winter, as you probably guessed. Our heroes today are going to be Xste, playing for the Germans, and his opponent is going to be Nigo, playing for the Soviets of the Red Army. So, once again, this is from the Sunday Night Fights Season 5 tournament, round of 128. So, yes, they're all in the Semoskiy Winter map. A little bit about our players. Xste would be the highest ranked player in this matchup, and his his German player, is in the 200s, so not a bad player. And Nigo is not, so we'll just leave it at that. And the seeding is set as 37 for Xste to 92 for Nigo. So that will be it. So let's take a look at the build order wise stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary. Xste got himself tier 1 as we saw, and is getting himself grenadiers, one grenadier squad already on the field while the second one is being produced. Gonna hit the field in a second, and boom, there he goes, coming down this road over there. Nigo, for his part, didn't build any tech like you would expect a normal Soviet player to do so, and got himself conscripts. 2 conscripts already. First conscript squad coming into the field, while the second one is right behind it, so... Was this conscript squad delayed? No, probably not. It was probably just standing there, capping points. Anyways, we hear an engagement down south in the fuel point, which is very common in this map. Combat engineers for Nigo deciding to abandon the point, and are they gonna go into this house? No, they're deciding to just simply go off and maybe go for the cutoff instead. The Pioneers did win the engagement by getting into the house first, so they're gonna pop out and start capping that point. The combat engineers are now coming back, and are gonna try to stop the Pios from capping that point. I think they might actually want to jump into the house. That's gonna be interesting. Interesting move. No. Oh. If it was his intent, it is no longer going to be possible. Grenadiers down south did catch those combat engineers out in the open. Took a shot he saw, and Xste quickly jumped his Pioneers back into the house. So the engineers are just simply going to have to walk away. Conscripts do capture the strategic point over here left to the cutoff one. They could go for the cutoff, but instead it looks like they're going to be going north. There is a Grenadier coming upon them. Up north we hear conscripts and grenadiers engaging, and we have a 4th grenadier squad being produced for Xste. Ecstasy? I don't know. Xste. So anyways, Xste capping points. We have an engagement in grenadiers, but surrounded by 2 conscripts. Molotov produced for Nigo. Usually what you expect, 3 grenadiers into Molotovs. Landing on the grenadiers, but the grenadiers do manage to dodge it, and conscripts are trying the hardest as they can to get these grenadiers down. They actually execute 2 of them and force a retreat. Down to 2 men on this conscript squad. Will probably also end up retreating, or maybe being used to cap. And yeah, he does end up retreating. A little bit of a panic reaction, I guess you could say there. Like, oh, it's 2 men, let's just send it back to retreat. We saw in a previous game where a player kept that 2-man conscript squad on the field and just used it to cap the edges, and then finally return it back to home. So, you know, there's always options. Anyways, conscripts in the fuel point getting surrounded by grenadiers. They decide to retreat, not even bothering to engage. And Pioneers going for the cutoff point in front of Nigo's base. We do have his conscripts running down to try to intercept them, but they will not be able to get in time to stop the decap at the very least. And the Pioneers will end up succeeding there. Grenadiers right-hand side for Xste. And we see the Pios jumping into the house. So being annoying, conscripts here will be able to capture the point again, but, you know, interesting choice. So Nigo throws a Molotov, anticipating that they were going to get out of the house, but unfortunately they got out of the wrong door. So, nice attempt there by Nigo. You know, one of the old Vico tactics, throwing the pineapples on the other side, but I guess it didn't work this time. Pios jump into the church and jump back out, just breaking windows randomly. And we now have tier 2 down for Nigo, getting himself a Maxim machine gun. Interesting choice. Not a bad choice, especially because Xste has himself 5 grenadier squads on the field right now, so his conscripts are way outnumbered right now. But with the addition of Maxi Machine Gun, if he uses it to support the conscripts and not on its own, he could turn fights very quickly in his favor. Conscripts and combat engineers down south. We see grenadiers pushing in force, 3 squads at the same time into the center of the map. Nigo forced to backtrack with his conscripts. Second conscript squad crossing the river. Other conscript squad in the fuel point. So yeah, his conscript squad in a little bit of a tough spot. This one moves up, probably going to be throwing a Molotov. No, decides to just simply move away. Going to get shot in the back by the grenadiers. Grenadiers decide to disengage and move back to the point and cap it, while 2 grenadier squad move down south to engage the conscripts that are in the fuel point. Other conscript squad also jumps into the house, which provides them with 3, 4, well, yeah, decent. Oh, very nice rifle nade there by Xste. Nails that conscript squad down to 2 men, even if it retreats right now. It is a pretty dead squad. Doing the only reasonable thing, and that is to backtrack, running down the field. He'll probably get himself over here and then retreat, which is a brilliant move there by Nigo. Otherwise, he probably would have lost the squad on the retreat, having to cross to the 2 grenadier squads. However, unaware to this situation, Nigo has a grenadier squad in between this conscript. So this conscript man is in a very tough spot. He's not going to make it out alive, I doubt it. Maxi Machine Gun on the field for Nigo, decides to jump into the house, forcing away one of the grenadiers. This other grenadier squad is moving into the fuel point to support. So it looks like this conscript squad might actually make it out alive. He's a very lucky squad there. Conscripts in the house just holding their position, using the defensive bonuses of the house to stay alive, but they are cut off. They have nobody there for support. They could, in fact, probably benefit from retreating right now. There is another Maxi Machine Gun on the field for Nigo, moving in. And this conscript squad ended up getting killed. Oh no, well, quite unfortunate. So 2 conscripts and 2 Maxi Machine Guns is all that Nigo has on the field. Xste already produces tier 2 and got himself a half-track. The half-track probably getting the upgrade on the flamethrowers. There it goes. So that is going to be a very difficult situation for Nigo to come back from. Half-track will be able to reinforce those grenadiers on the field, on the fly. And it's going to burn these conscripts out of the house. And there goes the popping of the flamethrowers. A little bit of a skidding there maneuver by the half-track into the field. And it's going straight for the Maxi Machine Gun. Maxi Machine Gun is going to get burned alive, forced off of the field instantly. And there it goes. Fortunately for Xste, all of his grenadiers actually got pushed out of the field in this situation. And he only has 1 up north and 1 down south. The half-track is on its own. It needs to get more grenadiers on top of it so that they can support. But thankfully, it is only dealing with Maxi Machine Guns, which means the half-track doesn't have much to worry about and pushes them off of the field. Conscripts in the fuel point are now getting assaulted by the grenadiers. Half-track backing off to get in range of the conscripts. The conscripts are now getting burned alive by that. Half-track down to 1 man, gonna die. Won't be able to get out of there, and there it goes. So heavy losses for Nigo. I don't see him coming back from this one. Down to 1 conscript and 2 Maxi Machine Guns. He has tier 2, but he doesn't have enough fuel to build anything else, like say tier 3 and the T-70, at least not yet. Combat engineers trying to capture territory, half-track moving in for the kill. Maxi Machine Gun setting up in this cutoff point in front of the base. Grenadiers pushing up against it. They will actually, oh, it was queued up on the movement, so the Grenadiers actually get behind it, and they're going to start working on the men inside. More Maxi Machine Gun and conscripts pushing forward. The Maxi Machine Gun up north is just getting chased down. And the half-track decides to sit in front of the base, in front of both bunkers, and just take the fire. It is capable of doing so, so I guess it's fine, but it's an interesting choice. And now he realizes he can't do much, so he's just going to back away. Did a little bit of damage to the bunkers, but nothing too significant. Grenadiers over on the left-hand side do finally force away that Maxi Machine Gun. Down to 1 man, almost kills it off. Maxi Machine Gun continues to push north and is now surrounded or cut off by 3 squads, 2 Grens and 1 Pio. They are going to work on them on the retreat, but they will be able to make it out alive. They'll suffer some losses, although they're getting caught in between the squads. They're not able to run. They pick up again and start running. Half-track moving in to try to kill it off, but it makes it out alive. And 3 men, 2 more Gren squads in between. Down to 1 man on the retreat. Can he make it out alive? He's fine. I mean, even if he dies right here, he's right in front of the base, which is fine. Grenade landing from shock troops from Nigo. Nigo getting himself the shock rifle frontline tactics. And getting himself a shock rifle squad. AT gun also getting produced for Nigo from his tier 2. Could potentially deal with that half-track. But with a Pio nearby, where is he actually? Oh no, the Pyro actually retreated. Probably going to be building some tech. And the Grins push forward, get attacked by the base sector MGs and forced to retreat. Half-track backs off and is going to stay supported by 2 Grunt squads. And down south we have another Grunt squad throwing a rifle nade on this conscript squad in the fuel point, nailing them down to 2 men against 4 men of the squad. Nice Molotov actually landing right on top of the Grenadiers as they approached, but well, with only 2 men they really can't hope to stand on that fight, so they run away to live to fight another day. Massive push in the front by Nigo, sending everything he's got. Maxim machine guns, shock troops, combat engineers, and AT gun. Getting some shots off on those Grenadiers. Grenadiers just throw a rifle nade on the Maxim machine gun, nailing 2 of them. And the half-track moves up to start burning the infantry, but it's right in the sight of that AT gun. Nice shot goes in, destroys the engine, so the half-track is going to fall. Manages to throw another burst, doing some damage to the infantry, but it finally goes up in a flame, in a plume of smoke. Medic bunker already laid down for Xste, so his units are getting back on the field with full strength, and a Panzer IV is getting produced for Xste. Not entirely sure I agree with getting the Panzer IV. Flak Panzer in this situation would be the optimal choice, but like I said before, Panzer IV is a well-rounded tank, so it's good for all situations, but considering that right now Nigo only has infantry, the Flak Panzer would have been a better choice. Flak Panzer are also very, very efficient at clearing out AT guns with circle strafing. Anyways, we now see the doctrine for Xste, and that is the Spearhead doctrine. And he also got himself a mortar half-track. So the mortar half-track is probably going to be used to send incendiary rounds on top of the AT gun and clear it out to allow the Panzer IV to just simply roll over. Maxim machine guns getting placed in the houses for Nigo, so not using them offensively anymore, a little bit more defensive. He's trying to solidify a position instead of capturing the map. Grens pushing it up now with, oh, that is quite unfortunate. Nice shot there by the mortar. Lands on the Maxim machine gun in the church, collapsing the church completely. And Nigo is now down another unit. AT gun turns around, taking some shots at the Grens with LMGs that are pushing onto the field. Grens do get caught by the Maxim machine gun out in the open, getting suppressed and probably pinned down in a second. But the mortar is taking some shots at that house. Mortar could also benefit from throwing the incendiary barrage right on top of that AT gun, but there are Pioneers being quite aggressive on top of the AT gun. Shock troops pushing into the center for Nigo actually managed to force away that 1 Grand squad with down to 1 man. Pios on the left-hand side gonna get killed by those shock troops. They're not even retreating, and they get burned alive by the flamethrower there. AT gun pushes back and is getting itself on the other side of this house. The Panzer IV moved in, took some shots at the house, and backs off, so the AT gun does not have a line of sight. Grenadiers continue to push forward. The Maxim machine gun goes even further up for Nigo and gets itself in that house. Not exactly sure why. AT gun set up to shoot at the side armor of the Panzer IV. Panzer IV pops its smoke and gets itself out of the way. AT gun shoots and misses. Grenadiers fighting against the shock troops. More Grents flooding the field right now. And that Maxim machine gun is in a very tough spot. Down to 2 men on that Grenadier squad. Could potentially make it out alive, but I don't think it's going to. It does, actually. Wow, very lucky. Oh, another shot by the mortar. Collapses another house. And Nigo loses his combat engineers. So no break here for Nigo. He starts to get a little bit of momentum in his favor. Getting a kill over here. AT gun, you know, there. But nope. Loses another squad. So Xste pretty much dominating the entire map for the entire game. Still has 500 points. Nigo now down to less than 100, currently triple capped. So we'll probably see the game end at victory point wise, but that is a very fast game. 14 minutes already in, and the drain is probably going to be what, 16 if it continues at this rate. Shockers pushing into the center, gonna run into an LMG-equipped Gren. Panzer IV there for support, taking some shots. The LMG on the Gren doing some damage, but a nice nade by the shock troops does some damage to the Grens, killing 2 of them and severely damaging the other 2, forcing the retreat. Grand Squad over here with no LMGs pushes forward, trying to get on top of the strategic point. Shock troops get right on top of them with a Maxim machine gun for support, forcing that away once again. And the mortar is down on the road, taking some shots. Incendiary barrage going down. Or was that a smoke? Oh, interesting choice there by Xste. He shoots smoke right on top of everything, trying to deny the line of sight. But the half-track now needs to back off. The AT gun is moving in to potentially kill it off if it doesn't move. Move it now. Xste, you're losing your chance. No, the AT gun is now right on top of the half-track. The half-track will fall to the AT gun. So another victory there for nigo. Small mismanagement there by Xste and loses his half-track. However, there is a second Panzer IV already on the field for Xste. nigo did build himself, or is building himself, tier 3 and has enough fuel to get a T-70. Probably going to be waiting for a T-34, but I don't know if he's going to have time. He's already down to 23 points. And like I said, yeah, we're already at the 16-minute mark, so yeah, I don't see the game going any further than this. nigo not even making an attempt to try to capture points because he doesn't have any infantry on the field except these shock troops. So that is going to be it. An easy win for Xste, pretty quick, flooding the field with grenadiers. And that is all she wrote. So yeah, I guess I'll just say it for now. Yeah, there we go. Game over. Easy victory there for Xste. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.